Kane. General Kane was not promoted to 4 stars and restored to active duty because he expected General Kane to disagree with him. And it's been my experience that presidents, regardless of whom you talk to, always get the generals they want, not necessarily the people they need, because they're not looking for that, because there's a danger there will be disagreement. There are exceptions to that in history. Lincoln was a good exception. I think Eisenhower was more open-minded than people give him credit for being when it came to that sort of thing. But on the whole, presidents tend to get what they want. So he's got military men who are overwhelmingly airmen, pilots whose world is dominated by aircraft and missiles, and people who take it as an article of faith that if you do things right, you get the target list right, you are going to win, even though we have decades of experience suggesting that's not going to work.
Yeah. Before we talk about NATO, and I think there's a lot of long-term consequences of this war. The US leaving NATO is potentially one. The relationship or the alliance between the US and the Gulf nations, potentially the basis could shift. The relation between those nations and Russia and China and Iran. Before asking you about that, I want to go back to whether Iran would let Trump off ramp. I told you my thoughts earlier. I genuinely think they obviously need security guarantees and some form of reparations, maybe could framed as investments, and Trump can call it a win as US investing in the country like they did in Venezuela. And Iran could twist it into a win and twist it into reparations for their audience. But what worries me more is what security guarantees, or who can offer Iran security guarantees after the lawn was mowed twice in 2 years.
Well, the ascendant power in the Middle East is China. That's obvious. And we are on our way out. We are finished in the Middle East.